Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be going over the official 7.2 patch notes one day prior to its release tomorrow. So I am going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to kind of try to do a short version of everything, possibly talk a little bit more specifics on maybe like the Paladin class changes, but I am going to kind of go through everything that they released in their official patch notes. Obviously there's more in-depth stuff if you go to like specific guides on each individual thing. So we'll go ahead and start off with the Broken Shore. Broken Shore is going to be active. So Broken Shore is the same place that's been on your map the whole time, only now there's actually going to be stuff to do there. And I'm assuming not all the demons will be elite and one-shotting you. I could be wrong on that. But you're going to have things to do there. Create buildings, which are going to... It's a lot like Isle of Quel'Danas if you played in BC. Some people have compared it to Thunder Isle and other things as well. But to me, it looks like Isle of Quel'Danas and kind of the way you're going about doing things. New dungeon will be released right away, the Cathedral of Eternal Night. There's 4 bosses in there, and ironically, one of them is the name of my demon hunter, who was Tichondrius' lieutenant, so I made it my demon hunter name for whatever reason, so that's kind of cool that boss is in there. The class campaigns are going to continue. So you get a new follower, new class-specific role quests, new quest chain. You you get a new thing to research in there. So all kinds of cool things to do in your class to continue that. Your class also is kind of moving to the Broken Shore as well. There's going to be demon assaults. To my knowledge, those are going to be in Azuna, High Mountain, Stormheim, and Val'Sharah. Demon assaults will just appear on the map, similar to when Legion was first coming out. If you played then, demon assaults were appearing everywhere, and you could go take part in those. The flying in the Broken Isles, of course, you'll be able to start that. Start the achievement for that. You won't be able to finish it for at least until the second week because of some time gating on that. But you can start the Pathfinder 2 for the flying in Broken Isles. Reputation progress. I'm going to kind of be more boring and read through this one. Reputation earned beyond Exalted will now contribute towards earning additional rewards from Broken Isles faction emissaries. These new reward cache have a rare chance to reward new faction mounts, such as the High Mountain Elderhorn, Wild Dream Runner, and Ley Woven Flying Carpet. So that's kind of cool. You now have an additional reason to do emissaries. I do them already just for the chance at a legendary, because I don't have 2 that I'm happy with yet. PvP brawls will be introduced. I did a video mentioning those when they first came out with those. Pet battle dungeon. So are they adding another one of these? Oh yeah, there's a new pet battle dungeon. So they didn't say that for sure in the Q&A the other day. Updated features, character empowerment, your artifacts changing. So there's going to be additional ranks for some of your original traits. There's going to be new traits added, and you will be refunded artifact power back to 35, which I think is what it takes to fill out your artifact. You'll be rewarded your artifact power back. I think if you're maxed out in artifact power right now, you'll get 4 new traits with that artifact power. You shouldn't lose any damage. The final trait that you've been buffing up, it's going to just give you a baseline increase of 10% damage and 10% health. Supposedly you won't lose any damage, so hopefully not. I really hope not. The transmog set appearance tab will now appear, so it'll be an easier way if you want to put on a certain set for your transmog. A lot of teams' professions, I'll just say the major things change is the mats needed for things is way lower. Most of the things have been like half, especially like in alchemy, I know. And also, there'll be crafted legendary. So if you're really that unlucky or you don't like farming for legendary, you will now be able to get crafted legendary. Supposedly they fixed tab targeting finally. People were really complaining about that on during Nighthold. There's quite a few user interface changes. One that I really like is Blood of Sargeras vendor now says items in multiple amounts. You can shift click it. That was so annoying because I had to like count it up, and I didn't like doing it at all. Some class changes. These I won't read through all of them just because it kind of gets into too many things that I don't know. Like I don't know things about Guardian Druids that much. So I'll just kind of go through the Paladin. There's only one thing listed. It's Judgment of Light no longer has a cooldown between its heals on each target, which is actually a buff for that talent because it's going to go through those 40 heals quicker. They might go through all of them before you can even judge again, which means that it'll have 100 almost 100% uptime is what I assume it's going to be. So that'll be even a healing buff there for paladins, and obviously you don't have to be holy to use that talent. Um, let's see, they're buffing the dungeons up. Things I've already talked about, but basically dungeons, the minimum item level to get into them is increased, and the gear reward has also increased. This is to get people to continue to do dungeons while also making mythic pluses still relevant, because it's going to increase the type of gear you can get from that. If you are watching this before tomorrow, what I can say is if you do a plus 10 this week, a mythic plus 10 or more, you'll get a piece of either 900 or 905 loot in your box on Tuesday. So hopefully you get a chance to watch this. Also, just another quick add is Mythic Keystones can now be for upper or lower Karazhan and the new Cathedral of Night dungeon. Oh, let's see. Is there any interesting thing under this item set? Drape of Shame is nerfed, so healers will stop using that. So far, like too far into the Nighthold or in future raids. Here's something interesting. Set tokens for all raids from Serpent Shrine to Siege of Orgrimmar, so like old school BC stuff to Miss, have been added to provide loot for your spec on right click, so you don't have to take it to a vendor. A lot of legendary changes. I've went over these countless times, really. Agramar's Strides being buffed, Dorgorun's Foresight, Cephal's Secret, Roots of Shelter still. And there's some individual changes to a few legendaries. I'll go over the Paladin ones again. I'm sorry for if you're not a Paladin. Holy Protection. Uther's Guard has additional haste as a third secondary stat. Holy, the Crown Jewel of Silvermoon. Judgment increases all healing you do by 15%. Tears Hand of Faith reduces cooldown lay on hands by 70%. It was only 60. Protection, the Farron Mark Stature increases Avenger's Shield damage by 20%. And Retribution, which is what I am. The Arm Guards now additional has extra haste on them. And Justice Gaze causes Hammer Justice to generate 1 holy power when used against targets above 75%. And Mastery's been reduced in replacement with haste. So it made it better for Ret in general. I'm guessing maybe you'll want to use Hammer Justice in your rotation while above 75% health. I'm going to test it out and see what my damage looks like when I do that. There's a few changes basically for every single one. There's some player versus player changes. I guess I'll look at the Paladin ones. Retribution Lawbringer no longer damages targets that are under the effects of crowd control abilities that break on damage. There's not a ton of changes in here. Some have more than others. Seems like Druid have the most changes in this in general. The only change for the raid is Nighthold, Star Augur, duration of star sign debuffs have been increased to 15 seconds, which is actually a nerf for this boss. So I tried to go through this as fast as I could while still giving a little bit of information. That's all though. Everyone have a good one and good luck in 7.2. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Thumbs up and sub as always. Also comment below, share the videos. Appreciate it so much. You can also check me out at Twitter at Wow Gaming Inc. and at Twitch with the tag name Kneecap Killa. So everyone have a good one and see you again soon.